The Crimson Talon was the most prestigious restaurant on Station Xerxes 9, a glittering monument to excess where warlords, smugglers, and corporate magnates mingled over dishes that cost more than most colonists earned in a year. Its crystal walls overlooked the swirling nebula beyond, and its staff moved with practiced precision through tables occupied by dozens of alien species. Emma Shun had been working there for exactly 3 days. She carried a tray of Valtorian wine, each bottle worth more than her shuttle ticket to the station, and tried not to think about how one mistake could leave her indebted for life. Her manager, a four-armed Cathari named Slicks, had been explicit: serve, smile, and above all, never speak unless spoken to, especially not to her. Her was Vexala Kirthane, wife of Warlord Kirthane, who controlled 3 sectors and had a reputation for turning entire planets to glass when displeased. Vexala herself was a Zarkothian 8 feet of iridescent scales, 4 eyes that could track multiple targets simultaneously, and claws that could slice through titanium. She dined at the Crimson Talon every week, and every week the entire staff walked on eggshells. Emma approached table 7, where Vexala sat with a retinue of armored guards. The alien woman's scales shimmered purple and gold in the ambient light, and her serpentine tail coiled around her chair like a living throne. "Your Dracarut soufflé, honored guest," Emma said softly. Placing the dish before her, Vexala's 4 eyes fixed on Emma with the intensity of targeting lasers. "You're new, human, yes, honored guest." "Pathetic creatures, humans," Vexala said, loud enough for half the restaurant to hear. "Soft, weak, no claws, no natural armor, no venom. How your species survived is a cosmic joke." Emma felt the heat rise in her cheeks but kept her expression neutral. She'd heard worse in the outer colonies. "Will there be anything else, honored guest?" "Yes." Vexala's tail lashed suddenly, knocking a crystal glass from the table. It shattered on the floor with a sound like breaking stars. "Clean that. On your hands and knees, as befits your station." The restaurant fell silent. Emma glanced at Slicks, who gave the tiniest shake of his head. "Don't." Emma looked at the broken glass, then at Vexala's smirking face, then at the 30 other diners watching with a mixture of pity and morbid curiosity. She thought about her brother Jack, back on Earth, who'd always told her she had more guts than sense. "No," Emma said. The word dropped like a bomb. Vexala's scales rippled from gold to deep crimson as Zarkothian threat display. "What did you say?" "I said no, ma'am." Emma straightened her spine. "I'll get a cleaning drone for the glass, but I'm a waitress, not a janitor. And certainly not a pet to be humiliated for your entertainment." Gasps echoed through the Crimson Talon. Slicks looked ready to faint. The guards' hands moved toward their weapons. Vexala rose to her full height, towering over Emma. "Do you know who I am, little human?" "Vexala Kirthane, wife of the Warlord." "Yes, ma'am, I know. Then you know I could have you killed." "Here, now." Emma's heart hammered, but she met all 4 of Vexala's eyes. "Maybe, but you won't." "And why?" Vexala hissed, leaning down until her fangs were inches from Emma's face. "Would I not?" "Because it would be beneath you." Emma's voice didn't waver. "You're the wife of a warlord who conquered 3 sectors. You command respect throughout the galaxy. But making someone scrub floors to amuse yourself? That's not power. That's insecurity." The silence was absolute, then something unexpected happened. Vexala's scales shifted again, not to threat dread, but to a pale blue Emma didn't recognize. The alien woman's tail stopped lashing. Her 4 eyes widened slightly. "Insecurity," Vexala repeated softly. Then impossibly she laughed. It was a harsh, barking sound, but genuine. "You think I'm insecure?" "I think," Emma said carefully, "that someone truly powerful doesn't need to prove it by stepping on people who can't fight back. That's just bullying. And bullies are always insecure, no matter how many scales or claws they have." For 5 heartbeats, Emma was certain she'd signed her own death warrant. Then Vexala sat down. Her scales rippled through a dozen colors before settling on a warm amber. "Interesting." In 5 years dining here, you're the first to speak truth to me. The first to show spine. She tilted her head. What's your name, human? Emma-chun? Emma-chun? Vexala tasted the name. Sit, I would speak with you. I'm working, ma'am. I'm requesting your service specifically. Sit, Emma glanced at Slicks, who nodded frantically, then lowered herself into the chair across from the warlord's wife. Tell me, Emma-chun, Vexala said, her tone now curious rather than hostile. Why do humans do this? Walk into danger without natural weapons, without defenses? I've read the reports. Your people have faced down species that should have crushed you. You have no venom, yet you're not prey. Why? Emma thought about Jack's last message, sent from the colony world where he was helping rebuild after a Zarkothian raid. She thought about humanity's long, bloody climb from caves to starships. Because we're stubborn, she said. We don't have claws, so we made tools. We don't have armor, so we made ships. We don't have venom, so we made words sharp enough to cut through lies. She met Vexala's gaze. And because sometimes the most dangerous thing in the galaxy isn't the biggest predator. It's the smallest one who refuses to back down. Vexala was silent for a long moment. Then she picked up her glass and raised it. Two stubborn humans, then. May your species continue to surprise us all? That night, Emma found a credit chip in her locker, a tip from Vexala worth 6 months' salary. Attached was a note in precise script. You were right? True power needs no cruelty. Come dine at my table next week as my guest. We have much to discuss. VK, when Emma called Jack to tell him about her day, he laughed until he cried. Only you, he said, could accidentally make friends with a warlord's wife by calling her insecure. Emma smiled, looking out at the nebula beyond her tiny quarters. Yeah, well, someone had to. Humanity, fuck yeah.